Well, very good evening to all of you. This evening, I have decided to have some discussion on the topic that is there friends and friendship. So, this has to be taken as an exercise to exchange news and views and opinions. News in the sense that you have many stories about friendship. So, new the stories about friendship, its significance, and different kinds of friends, and what levels of friends they are, what quality is attributed to each level of friends and friendship. So, all these things I would like to get into a package of this stream's presentation. We all know that human beings are social creatures. We are divine creatures because we have the attributes of divinity. William Blake, one of the great poets of the 18th century of England, he also wrote many poems suggesting that human beings have been made after the images of the divine forces. So it is but natural that as social beings, we need to have people close to us who are like minded and who are like us so that we spend our time, we discuss issues. Human life is full of challenges, problems. So many things happen suddenly in our society. So we need to discuss the issues, the problems, the challenges, sort them out, and help one another to live life as peaceably, as comfortably, as cozily as it is possible. So, friendship is in human nature. You play a game and you need someone to tell you how to improve your game. So, you make friends with a person who is better at that game. And then you take advantage of his experience, of his technique, and you improve yourself as a player. Somebody is a singer, or he or she desires to be a singer, and you happen to sing to someone who is a reputed singer, and that reputed singer, popular singer, tells you how much potential you have to be a singer, and as a singer, what you need to do. How can you fine tune your talent at singing? So, friendship is very important in life. Through our friends, we can learn a lot and we can get at higher stations of life. Uh, Hence, this discussion on friends and friendship seems to me very relevant. We all have many, many friends. When I say we all, that means people in a group, 10 people, 20 people, and everybody says that I have many friends, or 10 friends, 15 friends, 5 friends. So most of us have friends, and some of us may not have. So those who don't have friends, they are, you can say, in a kind of vacuity. They are loners. They can't share the feelings and opinions and views. They can't exchange ideas, and they feel as if they are isolated. They live in isolation. So friendship is a blessing, and friends are also a blessing. But then discussion has to be on this, that who are friends? What does a friend do? Uh, what advantages we happen to have from our friendship? Who could we call a good friend? And who could we call a better friend at that? Who could we call the best friend? As people ask us that how many games you play, and you say 4 5 games, and then that person asks you which of the 4 5 games that you play is the most favorite, is the best game for you. And then sometimes you find it difficult to, you can say, bring out one as the best, You say, okay, I like all the games, but it is difficult to pick up anyone to be at the best. But if you insist on picking up one as the best one for me, I will do this. I will name this. So, in the same way, when someone is asked how many friends he has or she has, that person says 4, 5, 10, 15 friends. And then the same question is repeated to him also, who is your best friend? And then you take some time and you answer sometimes, oh, it's very difficult. I can't name anyone of the 10 to be my best friend. But again, if it is compulsory to answer, it is obligatory to answer, then I will name somebody. It is therefore very important to understand that friendship is a state that binds individuals, two individuals at least, to be somebody's friend. You have to have two persons, including yourself. If you have only one friend in your society, in the world. So to have friendship, you need individual or individuals. And it is said that you have friendship with somebody because you have liked that somebody. And that somebody has equally liked you or liked you to some extent. And then gradually the extents go high and go low. That in the beginning you like, and then after 4 years, 5 years, you start distancing yourself and you cease to be that person's friend. Or that person is your, you can say what you call, is your most favorite friend, and then he, you can say, goes down and somebody else comes up and that person becomes the best friend. So in this world, talking in practical terms, friends are the people you know, and you find it comfortable to work with them or to put your secrets in them, because these people you believe are not going to spill out or tell others about your secrets or about what you don't want everybody to know. So if you talk about your weakness, or if you talk about your supposed talisman, if you talk about your very strong point to a friend, then you want him to keep it a secret, not to share with others. Because if you share with others, or if he shares what you have told him with others, then that might be an embarrassment. If it is a weakness, if it is a merit, then the other people might not believe in that. So again, you have, you can say, this risk of being laughed at or being made a laughing stock. It is therefore important that discussion on friendship has to be based on what our practical experience is and what we have read about friendship and friends in the books, in the newspapers, in the, you can say, television stories, television, you can say, talk shows and all that. Because you have different sources from where you take, you can say, ideas, thoughts, new stories, new perspectives, new points of view. And all these become too much for you to digest. Some of them you forget, some of them you retain. But whatever you retain, you try to verify with the experience in your personal life. In this connection, I would like to bring in a brief discussion of Francis Bacon, uh, an English writer who was born in the 16th century. He was, in fact, born in the early 1560s, and he left this world in the mid 1620s. So he lived a span of life, and by the standards of that time, in the 16th, 17th century, he, in fact, lived a normal life. If not very long, then very short life also he didn't live. And he wrote an essay, and the title of that essay was Of Friendship. He wrote many essays. He is supposed to be one of the leading essayists of England, or perhaps the pioneer in the writing of essay. And it is said that he had learned the art of writing essays, which is one of the types of literature, one of the genres of literature from Montaigne, the French writer who is credited with giving rise to this genre and which got shared by scholars and writers of other countries. So Francis Bacon is supposed to be someone who directly benefited from his study of Montaigne, the French writer. And in that essay, he talks at length about how important it is to have friendship. But ironically, according to him, how sad it is that most of the people don't have friends. In that essay, he mentioned how people talk about friends and how people talk about friendship. He has pointed out that many people would not be happy if they would have to say that they didn't have friends. They would be sad rather. And some of the people would exaggerate the number of friends. They, if they have only 5 friends or one friend, they would say they have everybody in the village, everybody in the township friends. Means everybody is his friend. So people have ideas about friends and friendship. If the people you talk of as friends, and if they are not hostile to you, okay, you generalize them as friends. You take them as friends because they are not your enemies and they are not going to scuttle through your, you can say, pursuits of interests. So they are friends. You call people enemies who are after you and who have been jealous of you, envious of you, and they have decided to harm you in one way or the other. So you have this antonymous relationship between uh, friend and enemy, or friendship and enmity. So many people have this concept that if people are not against you, they are not harmful to you, they don't damage you, then they are your friends. But then, to be specific, a friend is a special person, or your friends are special people who come to help you, who come to improve your personality, who give you tips and ideas as to how to be better in life. So, if you live in a village or in a township where you have hundreds of people, then maybe 5, 10, 20 people, they are very close to you, and you call them friends. So, intimate friends, very, you can say, abiding friends, those who don't leave you. There's a popular adage also, a saying also, that a friend in need is a friend indeed. Now we have to pay attention to the wording of this saying. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So in need means you are in need, and someone who calls himself your friend, he comes forward and he helps you, and you can say your need is answered, or your problem is, you can say, what you call minimized, or it is solved. So you become grateful to him. You even thank him many times for his help, and because of his help, you are getting out of the crisis or the problem. Uh, so you call a person your true friend who helps you in need. But what is the need? That is the question. You can interpret it from moral point of view, from practical society's point of view, that you need money and somebody gives you money. For the time being, you return that money. After some time, you buy the medicine for your mother because you don't have your own money and nobody is willing to give you. So your friend has given, and of course, it's a big help that medicine has been bought and your mother is all right. You are, suppose your house is on fire, and many people don't dare to come even near the burning house because they are afraid, they are cowards. But some 5, 6 people, they call themselves your friends, and you also call them your friends, and they come and they help you in putting the fire out. They are friends. So these are the needs. Means when you are in problem, when you are in adversity, when you don't have any, suppose, person to, you can say, fall back on, or to seek support from, and suddenly they come. You never knew them, and they become your friends. So you have friends for a number of years, for a number of months, and you become friends of people who suddenly help you, and the help is so very important for you at that moment. And that is why it is said that a friend in need is a friend indeed. So these are the positive needs, means the needs, natural needs. But if you are, you can say, a friend of person in his need of being saved by a police or the police department because he has committed a crime, and you have friendship with somebody, and that somebody has committed a crime, and he comes to your place for a hideout. He wants to save himself because in the opinion of the police department or in society you have a prestige, and police department has never suspected you of doing any foul play. So he comes and you give him shelter, you hide him, and you save him. And so you have done the duty of a friend. But is that duty really morally sound? Is it all right? Had it not been better for you to convince your friend that you have committed something wrong, you have committed a crime, so you please hand over yourself to the police, or you just surrender to the police, and then you go through the punishment if you have committed a crime that deserves any punishment. And once you come out, then I will give you money. If you don't have, I can help you. You can sit with my resources, and you can start your life once again. So this is a good thing on the part of a good friend, or this is good thing that he helps you, you can say, hide in his house, and then he makes you escape from the police arrest, and then you become grateful to him, and then you repeat the same thing because you have been given shelter by him. So next time you commit the crime and you think, okay, somebody is there who is prestigious in society and he will give me shelter once again, and I will escape from the police, you can say, action and all that. So many people who are morally conscious, they would not describe this act of yours as an act of friendship because you have saved him, but you have saved a wrong person. And in fact, you should not be continuing as a friend with him because it's better that you reform that person. You make that person come back to track, the normal track, as a good social human being. We have in our the Mahabharat, we have the friendship of Duryodhana, and we have the friendship of Karna. So Karna is one of the Pandavas, but Karna happens to be siding with Duryodhana, and people say that their friendship is unique and all that. And of course, if you go practically, if you go from the point of view of what they say in the adage, that a friend in need is a friend indeed. So once Karna and Duryodhana are friends, then Duryodhana, even if he's bad, Karna supports him. He knows that it's immoral, not all right. Even then he goes on supporting him till the end of his life. So that is given as an example of solid friendship. But then there are people, and including me myself, speaking on this topic, and many of you, or most of you, perhaps would not like, perhaps you would not like the character of Karna of this type, that he goes to support a person who is bent on destroying the Kauravas and destroying the Pandavas. He is bent on destroying the very heritage of the Bharat Vansh and all that. So many people, they know that Karna is, you can say, being true. He suffers mentally, he suffers spiritually, that he is on the wrong side. But in order to, you can say, carry on with the duty of being a friend, that you must be supporting your friend when he is in need. So that way you maintain your friendship. But that maintenance is not right maintenance. Karna should have come forward, and he should have even argued with his so-called friend or friend Duryodhana that have been supporting you, but now I have realized that it's too much. I have exceeded the limits of what you call good friendship. So you have to come back to sense. You have to come back to realize what is just and what is unjust. You can't be, suppose, on the sinning side. You have to be on the non-sinning side, or you have to have a sense of what is virtuous on the part of a human being, that you want to kill your brothers or you want to get them killed. You want, suppose, to outrage the modesty of Draupadi. So don't do all that. If you continue doing all that, or if you continue thinking of doing and you actually do, then I won't remain your friend. Perhaps that stance, if Karna had taken, he would have been liked by many, you can say, people, many of the readers of the Mahabharata, and many of the, you can say, people in the audience seeing a film on, you can say, these characters. Uh, it is therefore very important to categorize friends, that thieves have friends, and all of them are, suppose, one set of thieves. You can This set helps the other set of thieves, or the sinners, or the criminals, and all that. Is that friendship? Is that good friendship? Perhaps not. So, from the point of view of morality, only those people are, you can say, good friends who happen to advise and you can say to improve the characters of their counterparts. And if they go wrong, then they don't hesitate telling them that friendship is not something to, you can say, hide the faults or the sins or the crimes of the counterparts, but real friendship lies in reforming. Means if I'm your friend, then I will try to help you with my resources. But if you have gone wrong, then I will not help you in escaping the punishment. You have to go through the punishment. You have to go through the process of justice. And once you come back to the right track, once you come back to be a good human being, then I will have normal relation with you. I will again be your friend. So many people have this kind of concept also. You see that we have syndicates, we have, you can say, groups and nexuses, and people in the name of friendship, they, you can say, do all sorts of wrongs. A police officer has a friend very rich, but this rich person has acquired all the riches through unfair means. He has been a smuggler, he has been an economic offender, he has done all sorts of crimes. But because you are his childhood friend or school friend or college friend, and you have the power, you are the head of the police department of the place where he has committed crimes or he has been living. So you protect him, you defend him because you are his friend. Um, Again, this friendship is not all right. You're cooperating with an offender, with a criminal, in the name of friendship, perhaps is, you can say, misnomer. It is you can say, immoral. And that is why friendship and friends have to be seen in the right perspective. So a friend in need is a friend indeed, has to be seen in the light that what is the proper need in which you need to help your friend. And if the need, suppose, is positive, if the need is natural, if the need is accidental, then you can say it's all right. But if the need is artificial, created, the need is negative, somebody wants to go gambling, somebody wants to go, you can say, doing other bad things, and you support him, you give him resources, money, and all that. That means you are frittering away your resources, you are wasting your resources. You are not maintaining friendship. So Francis Bacon, now I'm coming back to him once again. Francis Bacon was very emphatic in his expression of the opinion that friendship is very rare. A true friend is very difficult to get. And most of us, we don't have friends. And some of us, suppose we are billions and billions of people, but most of us, we are friendless in the true sense of the term. In the practical sense, in the social sense, you may say that we have friends or I have friends. Okay, they are, but they don't come up to the measure of, you can say, standard morality. They help you in good times, in bad times, but they help you for good reasons and bad reasons. So things are cancelled, things are annulled. The true friendship and its definition is defeated once you give support to someone, moral support, money support, your power support, your influence support for the wrong reason. So if you support your so-called friend for the wrong reason, then you are no longer his friend, because you, in a way, directly or indirectly, you can say, what you call, you pamper him, you instigate him, rather you put him down the, you can say, gutter, because if he remains unchastised, then he goes the wrong way once again or many times again, and that is not the duty of friendship. So Francis Bacon, he, you can say, laughs at the concept of the crowds of people, that friendship is a plenty, friendship is everywhere. You just friendship in terms of convenience for 6 months, for 8 months. So you go on changing your friends for your convenience, and that is not the right kind of friendship. It is now up to us whom to choose as our friends, and how should we maintain our friendship. Your friends have to be like you, and if you are good, then your friend has to be good. If you are bad, then there's no point talking about friend and friendship, because you are a bad person, and the person whom you call your friend, he helps you, you can say, in the bad works. Then you are friends, of course, in that, you can say, what you worldly sense, that somebody who helps you in committing crime, he's your friend because you commit the crime, and you can say get what you want to get through through the commission of crimes, and that is your friend. But no, that doesn't sustain the, you can say, what you call the test of time, that that marks you very ugly, that characterizes you as an antisocial, or you can say abusing the very spirit of friendship. Now, I would like to have some of the views and some of the opinions of other people that I have heard. Robert Lint is a writer. J.B. Priestley is a writer. And then we have people in our neighborhood. So these two authors I have just mentioned, they have also written about their views and their opinions of friends. And they say that a friend has to be, you can say, no, you talk that my brother is my brother also, a friend also. So in this sense that sometimes two brothers, they don't talk frankly, they don't discuss some of the personal issues, but you talk your personal issues, your personal problems with someone who is not your brother. So brothers can't be friends, and friends can't be brothers. Perhaps and this is the false notion. Your brother can be your friend because he laughs with you, he smiles with you, he, you can say, gives you a pat on your back if you have done something all right. He dances with you, sings with you, but he's a brother also. If you are the elder brother, he respects you. Means brotherly relations he maintains, and even friendly relations he maintains. So there's no harm in your brother being your friend, your sister being your friend. You sometimes you even call your father, mother, your friends, because they listen to you. Your problems are listened to by them. They understand what you might be going through and how difficult it is for you to go through that, because your parents also bring themselves in your situation, and they come to the conclusion that this situation is really difficult, and you can say the son or the daughter or the sons and daughters have to be advised as we would have liked our parents to advise us to come out of the problems. So friendship is a very sweet relationship. E.M. Foster, a great writer, he has also said something about the importance of friendship and the holiness, purity of this relationship. In one of his writings, an essay, most probably, he talks about what I believe in. In fact, what I believe in is the title of the essay, in which he separates relations of friendship and relations of blood. And he says that I keep friendship over the blood relationship, because if I have my brother to see in a hospital and I have a friend to see in a hospital, and much distanced, then according to William Foster, he will go first to visit his friend, because his brother may have other visitors from the family, but the friend may not have, because he is in a place, maybe not his place, he is away from his home, and the speaker is the only friend of his, only acquaintance of his. So he glorifies the relationship of friendship, that you please first take care of the friend who is in real need, who is in problem, and your brother. Okay, your brother may not have anybody else, but somebody, because you live in the locality, so somebody from your family, distant family, somebody will be there to see what condition he is in and how he can be helped. But your friend may not have anybody. Therefore, you first take care of your friend and then take care of your brother. From this point of view, or these opinions of what we call E.M. Foster, like the opinions of and views of J.B. Priestley and Robert Lind, they talk almost in the same spirit, that friendship is very important and it has to be maintained truly, so that relations are, you can say, believed in. Blood relations are obligatory, but friendship is something that is spontaneous because of the like-mindedness, because of your, you can say, you are from Africa, somebody is from Australia, somebody is from Asia, somebody is from America, and you don't have family ties, blood ties, but as friends, you make each other's life better because of your cooperation, because of give and take, because of sharing your ideas, your education, your awareness. And therefore, most of us, what we think of friends and friendship, we are wrong. That give and take, we give gifts, they give gifts back to us. We help them in wrong ways or right ways, and they are friends. No, they are, but in a very vulgar way. You could call them your friends, but they are not good friends. They are not, you can say, what you call fragrant friends. They are, you can say, ugly friends, and they stink because they don't give you any spiritual, suppose you can say, support, a spiritual sort of, you can say, what you call discourse. Rather, he makes you worse from bad. And such friendship has to be, you can say, berated. Such friendship has to be, you can say, looked down upon. And we should try to have friends and the idea about friendship in a different way. And only then friends themselves will happen to benefit, to be mutually advantaged. And such friends, good friends, morally sound friends, or friends in need, but in the real need, only then they can be friends indeed. And the world will be a place where friendship will be honored, friends will be honored. Otherwise, friends of the thieves, friends of the smugglers, friends of the, you can say, unscrupulous politicians. So you today you call him your enemy, somebody in politics. Tomorrow he becomes your friend. Friendship for convenience, for power grabbing, for money support churning. And most of us, we have that concept of friendship. And most of us, if we are friends at all, we are those sorts of friends, not the real friends who happen to elevate us, who happen to lift up our spirit and make us good human beings for ourselves, for our families, our, you can say, near society, and for the whole of the world community. So I think that whatever I have spoken, you may agree, you may disagree, you may have your own opinions and views, you may have your own education, your own studies of things and all that. But I think that whatever I have spoken is not going to harm you anyway. If it is going to do anything, it will only expand your, suppose, your own experience, and it may have entertained you if you have listened. And if you'll be listening in future, it will only entertain you, expand your experience, and you'll have some of the views with you that you didn't have before you have heard me, or you will hear me. Thanks a lot. God bless us. Bye bye.